Y'all, the devil be working. The devil be working so hard on me. Like, I sat down to do this video, and as soon as I sat down to do this video, I get a phone call. I'm not gonna say by from who. Pretty important person in my life. And this is really just showing me. Okay, so I was recording a video yesterday. I actually recorded two videos, and I was going to talk about this topic, and now I know this is what I need to continue with this. So, you know, one thing about myself is I'm a truth teller. And a lot of the times that's an issue for people because I haven't always had the best tact. Like, I'm a Sagittarius. We speak what's on our mind. Like, we don't always have the perfect words or whatever. And I know that I've been so passionate in a lot of my relationships or in my relationships with people. And I tend to just say what's on my mind and not really. I didn't always have emotional intelligence at the level that I do now. And so I know that I've really hurt some people in my life with my brutal honesty. And you know, the type of people that really get hurt with brutal honesty are usually those who can't acknowledge their truth. They can't acknowledge what they did to contribute to the downfall or the negative aspects of a relationship. I've never been that type of person. I'm really honest. Like, I may not be the best with my honesty. It might not come out the best, but I'm gonna be honest. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to encourage you guys to really, if you're not good at acknowledging your wrongs and your rights and the wrongs and the rights of other people, it can really, really be dangerous. Like, so it's really vital to practice acknowledgement of others and most importantly, acknowledgement of yourself. And I know for sure that me growing up, um, I didn't have a bad upbringing. You know what I mean? Like, let me be clear on that. Because in my other videos, I was speaking about like some of the negative parts of my existence so far. And overall, I never saw my growing up as a bad growing up. Like, I lived a privileged life. Like, my family was middle class. We weren't rich, but my mother provided, my stepdad provided, my father provided, and I really didn't lack for anything. Um, I didn't really get a lot of like name brand things, but as far as like clothes and stuff like that. But I never was homeless. I never went without new school clothes the top of the year. You know, um, never was hungry. And I'm just so grateful for that because I know there's so many other people who had a different experience in their childhood. And I acknowledge my parents for the hard work that they did in becoming who they are. And I acknowledge my grandparents and I acknowledge my aunties and my uncles and all of the positive influences, even cousins, you know, that I've had in my life that really did love me and did take good care of me and keep me protected overall. And um, any abuse that I suffered, I'm very blessed to be able to say that it was never at the hands of any of my family members. You know what I mean? Like, so At least not, blood relative, blood relatives or whatever. And I'm laughing because it's just uncomfortable, and I just can't believe this conversation just happened. But this person that I was talking to, which is calling again, at this point, you know, I just took a break to answer the phone, and talking to some people is like talking to a brick wall, especially if they can't acknowledge what they did wrong, what they did to hurt you. And I have a really big heart. And I've been just the type of person that um would just give and give and give, and I'm at a point where I don't feel the need to just like give or fight for anybody to be in my life. Like, if you don't acknowledge what I did for you up until this point, and I'm just like hearing you just talk nonsense about me every time we talk, then I don't need you in my life. And you don't need those type of people in your life either. Like, nobody is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes, and some people just won't give you grace. They won't give you grace, and um they'll always remember just the negative. And I just really love the fact that I'm not like that. Like, I can definitely point out somebody's flaws, but I can also acknowledge the good things that they did for me. And I'm learning not to share so much information with people because they'll use it against you. Like, you ever confided in somebody, and then they turn around and throw that shit in your face? Like, first of all, I was exaggerating. It's not that bad. Okay? It's not that bad, homie. And yeah, so I was watching an interview yesterday with this doctor who's a woman and a man who's pretty rich, and it was such a beautiful thing to watch because their interaction was so similar to their interactions that I've had with the opposite sex, specifically men that I've been in relationships with. And people have this thing where they want to tear you down so bad, like, and it takes a lot of work to really not speak from a place of emotion. You know what I mean? And not everybody could do that. Not everybody has that emotional intelligence, like I said before. And it's sad because these type of people, you really have to learn how to do it out. And it can become an addictive trying to it could become an addiction trying to prove to somebody that you're not who they say that you are. You know what I mean? Like, and I just feel so grateful because I used to be the type of person, I used to just give into it and get so emotional and start crying, and just like before I know it, I don't know what to say, and I want to defend myself, so I'm just saying a whole bunch of hurtful stuff because they hurting me. But I really put the work in to master not being that way. And so now I'm at a point where if I let you have it, it's time for you to have it. But if I've already let you have it and we hash it out, and just there's no reconciliation, nothing I do or say, like, I don't feel hurt, I will never go there with you ever again. And people literally will make up the stories in their mind of how shit went, and it didn't go that way, and you be like, don't argue with these type of people, y'all. Do not argue with these type of people. And it's so sad but great about it is when somebody thinks that you're down or you're doing worse than they are, and they throw it in your face, but then God shines on you and you exceed where they are. It's just like, I don't need to fight my own battles. The Most High is going to fight the battle for me. And be careful with somebody who's always trying to make it seem like you need them. Because I guarantee you, that's just the story that they're telling so that they don't have to show and prove and admit or acknowledge that they need you more. They need you more. And baby, just because you need me don't mean that I'm assigned to you any longer. I was assigned to you at one point, but my assignment is over. Okay? So this is specifically for the women. Like, I can't speak for a man. I know we all have emotions, but women are emotional creatures, and um it's just so easy for us to give into emotion because that's what we usually lead with. But being a manifester, and I really want to say master manifester, I really want to acknowledge myself and give myself that type of credit because I literally be making shit happen. Like, for real. With intent. Like, things don't just fall out the sky. For me, I really focus and pray and write and acknowledge and spend time feeling grateful for the things that I do have. And um, those things this far have really saved me. They have really allowed me to be an alchemist and transmute energy and manipulate things in a positive way, in a way where I get the outcomes and the results that I really need. Of course, it takes a lot of work, and I'm not quite where I want to be, and I probably will never be because life is all about a constant growth, and it's always a journey of getting better and elevating all the time. But be very careful when people are trying to convince you that you need them and they can't even acknowledge what you've done for them. Like, I've given so much of myself that at this point I don't have anything to prove to anybody. You either see me or you don't. But I have so much to work on for myself that I just don't have the room to be running around trying to save the world. Not yet. You know what I mean? Like, I still have a lot to learn about myself. Um I just have a lot to do for myself before I can be out here trying to save the world. But what I can do is share right now my experiences and share the things that I do in order to better myself and my mind and my emotions and my relationships with people. I'm just thinking, like, damn, I really was moving fast in life. Like, I really had relationships with people I really had no business being in or with, because you know yourself and you know what you need, the kind of love that you require. And it takes time to even figure that out, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I want to just, remind y'all to acknowledge yourself and acknowledge others. It's so important. If you really care about a relationship, um, acknowledging someone else is important. And that was what I liked about the interview that I watched. He was having a tough time really acknowledging this woman because he was focused on one aspect of her life that was so different from his, and it was just That's how it be in these relationships with one another. Like, we really have a desire to tear each other down instead of giving kudos. Like, but I've never been like that. I've always been the type of person to acknowledge others and what they've done for me, almost to a fault. I was the type of person who would acknowledge other people more than I would acknowledge myself. So now that I've gotten a taste of loving myself and I really got a chance to like see the real me without the noise of other people projecting their negativity on me, it's just like, it's such a freeing feeling. Like, I don't have to make you see that I loved you. I don't have to make you see that I was there for you when nobody else was. I don't have to prove myself to anybody, and neither do you. You don't have to. Of course, we're human, and these are all things that come with being, a part of society, but really take time. Really take time to yourself. And be careful with thinking that people will change. Like, a lot of us can change, and we're meant to change and grow, but some people will never change, and it's so sad for them. And you make it sad for yourself when you keep giving these people a chance to do right by you. So I'm just like, why did I answer the phone? Like, but I know why. I know why I did. Call. I had a purpose. You know what I mean? With even interacting with you, there's a reason why we have to interact with one another. But I'm really like, I don't want to interact with you at all. Like, so be easy with yourself. If you have anybody in your life and they're just not healthy for you, sometimes you can disconnect from somebody just because, yeah, usually when you have to disconnect with somebody, it's because they're not healthy for you. So I'm just doing everything I can right now because the old me would be right now crawling and I would be in a ball crying. Like, I'm current, like, y'all are witnessing this in real time. Like, it took everything in me not to just curse this motherfucker out. But I don't have to because the Most High knows. The Most High saw everything. And so many people try to mask their good. They try to mask the bullshit that they've done and they're still doing with religion. Just because you say you're a Muslim does not mean that you know how to treat people well. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're a Christian doesn't mean that you know how to not be abusive. You stating your religion or whatever practice that you use as a weapon to defend yourself against real actions that you've taken to hurt other people is not enough proof, baby. The proof is the acknowledgement. And people don't like to acknowledge their bullshit because it makes them feel crummy inside. But once you acknowledge yourself and your faults, it's just so beautiful to see when somebody can do that. It feels good to be on the opposite end of it. And it feels good for me. Like when I acknowledge myself and my wrongs, it gives me a chance to really grow and change. And it's proof that I want to change it. If it's true, if somebody's saying something negative about me or what I did in the past, and I have the ability to acknowledge it, I've learned that it's uncomfortable in those minutes, but it gives me an opportunity to really be better, so acknowledgement. Um, so I also have this book, and it's called The Daily Stoic, and it's so precious to me. It's by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. Um, I don't have the cover, but this is what it looks like, and it has daily stoic uh, passages. So I'm gonna read this one to you guys. This one is August 26th. Let me see. I'm gonna read this one. August 26th. Seeking out shipwrecks. Okay, it's always relevant. I read it before I got on here. Just I wanted to make sure that it could be relevant. But I'm gonna go ahead and read it. And seeking out shipwrecks. I was shipwrecked before I even boarded. The journey showed me this. How much of what we have is unnecessary, and how easily we can decide to rid ourselves of these things whenever it's necessary, never suffering the loss. Zeno, widely considered to be the founder of the school of Stoicism, was a merchant before he was a philosopher. On a voyage between Phoenicia and Piraeus, his ship sank along with its cargo. Zeno ended up in Athens, and while visiting a bookstore, he was introduced to a philosophy of Socrates and later an Athenian philosopher named Crates. These influences drastically changed the course of his life, leading him to develop the thinking and principles that we now know as Stoicism. According to the ancient biographer Diogenes Laertius, Zeno joked, "Now that I've suffered shipwreck, I'm on a good journey." Or according to another account, "You've done well, fortune, driving me thus to philosophy," he reportedly said. The Stoics weren't being hypothetical when they said we ought to act with the reverse clause and that even the most unfortunate events can turn out to be the best. The entire philosophy is founded on that idea. Let me say it again. Even the most unfortunate events can turn out to be for the best. So if you're in a space in life where you've been doing a lot of reflection and we all have things that we wish would have been different in the past. We've all made mistakes, and this is your reminder today that even if you don't feel this way, try to look at it like it's turned out for the best. And if you really, really do look at yourself, and I'm praying that this is true for you, um, things turn out better later. Like all the storms, all the shipwrecks, all the tears, all the emotions you are unable to control, all of the lack of acknowledgement. Things do turn out for the best. They do. And you know yourself. Don't let nobody convince you that you don't. Don't let nobody talk you into doing no shit that you don't want to do. Like, let me tell you. So I was just on the phone, and this person wants me to move to where they are. But we can't even hold a conversation for 5 minutes before this person starts tearing me down. But they want me, knowing my struggle, and it's someone who's obligated to help me. Not me, but yeah, me and my children. Instead of helping me where I am, they want me to uproot my life and go and live in a city where I know nobody else, even though they have a whole life without me. And again, this person can't be on the phone with me for 5 minutes before or without saying some negative shit. Do I look like Boo Boo the motherfucking fool? Like, I just cannot wait. And I know you cannot wait to put people's foot in their mouths. Okay? So, don't be that type of person. Don't be that person that can't acknowledge your bullshit. Okay? Don't be that person who can't acknowledge the good that other people do for you because you just gotta be right all the time. You know what I'm saying? So on that note, I'm gonna pray and I'm gonna do 4 card spread, okay? I love y'all. I know this has been rough. Very, very rough. Y'all feel this energy, right? But we gonna uplift this energy. We're gonna transmute it. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ya Rahman Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amen. Thank you guys so much for just continuing to nurture me and love me and the collective, even on the days where we don't know whether we coming or going. You hear me? When we get sidetracked with people and their negativity, those negative energies that come in and just want to take from us just to make themselves feel better. You constantly remind us that we are worthy, that we are loved, and we are not who they say we are. Thank you for giving us purpose. Thank you for giving us each other to lean on and to have as reminders that we are loved, God. Thank you for your angels. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to connect with our ancestors, and we acknowledge them all and every being of white light who is here with us day in and day out, protecting us and guiding us on our paths. Ashe. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull 4 cards. Ace of Cups just popped out. Let's see what that one is. Thank you, Spirit. The Chariot. One more, Spirit. Thank you. Alright. Oh, we got this 6 of Cups. I think we had 6 of Cups yesterday, didn't we, y'all? And we also have the 8 of Swords. Okay, so this is the order. Got the Ace of Cups upside down, honestly, reversed. I'm still not really, I don't do reverses a lot, but I've been doing them lately, so I'm going to leave it as it is. The 8 of Swords was reversed as well. The Chariot is upright, and the 6 of Cups is upright. Okay, so the Ace of Cups reverse is lose your love, relationship problems, unhappiness, loneliness, separation, sadness, suffering, pain, and not ready for love. Okay? This is a love relationship card, the Ace of Cups. Then we have, let me show y'all. Still. Ace of Cups. The Eight of Swords reversed. This one is freedom, rescue, stop interfering, self affirmation, eliminate obstacles, release something, remove blindfold, overcome fears, and get out of the cage. Which is so appropriate to be next. We have the beautiful Chariot. Major Arcana, only Major Arcana in this spread of 4 cards. The Chariot is a yes card. It is the card of determination, victory, and journey. So it has determination, control, conquest, success, ambitious, clever, courageous, great efforts, achievements, journey, victory, progress of victory, and clear. And then the Six of Cups. Um, the Six of Cups, it actually came out, it was sideways, so I'm going to go ahead and say it was a reversal. Okay, it's normally a yes card, but in a reversal, obviously that's the opposite. But so this is the Six of Cups reverse. Drowned in the past, distressed when recalled, cannot live independently, vain, nostalgia, effort is not recognized, and fear from childhood. So this is so relevant to my energy right now, and I know it's relevant to your energy if you're still here and you're watching. And if not, you know what it feels like. You know, being not ready for love is something that I actually realize is probably so valid for me right now because I'm just doing so much work on myself, and it sounds crazy to even hear myself say that out loud because I just know I have so much that I'm working on becoming. And even if I was to love someone right now, they wouldn't be seeing me. You know, it takes a really special person to come into your life and love you while you're still growing, especially when you're being very um, focused and adamant about your growth, intentional about your growth. And it makes it tough, you know, because you don't know how to represent yourself to this person or to that person. They don't really know who you are because you're still getting to know yourself. And I really settled on the fact that I'll probably be single for another few years, um, because it's just so important to me to finally spend time. You know, I spent my whole young life chasing love and just wanting to be married and be in a relationship, and they always fail. And it's hard to say that out loud and accept, but I'm acknowledging that my relationships with men, they always fail. I don't believe that that will be my story forever, but as women, you know, we really want the family life, and it's even more when you have children involved. You know, these days are going by and my children are not seeing their mother in the home with the father, and I didn't grow up with my father and my mother being together, so I know, and I've spoken about how that affects somebody. But it's so much better to actually wait for the right person than to have people in your life, in your children's lives, who are not beneficial to your healing or your health. And we just have to be very careful, ladies. I really, really do encourage you to take time to yourself. And when I used to hear women say that, I just used to be like, why? Like, I don't want to be by myself. You know, I want to be loved. I want to do this and that, have my man. But I realized that, and I acknowledge that I didn't show up as the best me. So I expected the best out of other people, but I wasn't the best me. And so I can't really be upset that they don't know me, you know? So the Eight of Swords coming in reverse again. Freedom, rescue, stop interfering, self affirmation, eliminate the obstacles. Right now, sometimes love is an obstacle. Being in love and taking the time to get to know somebody else and spending the time to see if they will value you or appreciate you for who you are, only to be disappointed in the end or not. But that takes time. Like, you know, it says get out of the cage. And I'm realizing that that cage could be in the mind. The cage could be an idea of what you have for your life. And you're chasing this idea so much so to where you keep on fumbling and making mistakes and being locked up in situations that are not good for you. And so when I see that, and it says remove the blindfold, you know, especially as women, we be in such a la la fairy tale type of land when we are in love with somebody. And it takes to acknowledge, there's that word again, that sometimes we do have a blindfold. That is a blindfold. Being so focused on what you want things to be instead of realizing what they truly are. Because you want that satisfaction. You want somebody to hold you. You want someone to make love to you. You know, you want to have children. You want a family. That's what I loved about that interview I was watching. And you guys probably know who I was talking about. I don't want to really want to say their names. I'm still kind of figuring this whole YouTube thing out and, you know, divulging too much information. But it's a really good interview. And if you know what I'm talking about, then you know. um, and yeah, it just came out a couple of days ago, but I just watched it yesterday. But the doctor was just, she's a single woman and she has no children and she's 41. But I just looked at her and I'm just like, she just looks so accomplished. You know, it takes a lot of strength to decide to not, especially as a woman, to go well into your 40s and be deliberate about not having children because you want to make sure that you have the right partner. And I'm somebody who, I wanted my daughter so bad. Like, I was not focused on whether or not me and her father would last. Honestly, I thought that we would. I really did. But I had a blindfold on. I was naive because I didn't get the chance to really get to know him. He didn't get the chance to really get to know me. We just jumped in head first, and obviously my daughter was meant to be. My little angel, she's here, you know. But now there's some damage control that has to happen, and it's okay. The chariot is on its way. Stay determined, stay in control. Your conquest quest is yours. Your success is yours. Be ambitious. Be clever in your decision making process. Be clever. Have courage. Give great effort. The achievements, the journey to victory, the progress of victory, it's clearly on its way. This is showing us the chariot is here. Don't get sidetracked because that's what people want you to do. They want you to get off of the journey. They don't want the chariot to come and get you. Especially if they made up in their mind that you need them. And needing somebody is not a bad thing, but when they throw it in your face, I don't need you. I wanted you, but I don't even want that anymore. I don't even want you anymore. No. And finally, the Six of Cups. Drowned in the past. Distressed when recalled. Cannot live independently. Vain. Nostalgia. Effort is not recognized. Fear from childhood. These are things that hold us back from getting on this chariot. God can't send you your chariot that's meant for you, that's meant to take you out of the Eight of Swords, out of those obstacles. You can't be released from that bondage if you don't put the effort in to recognize your fears. And a lot of our fears are stem from childhood, and that's the reason why I've spent so much time on my previous videos recently just giving you guys some insight to my childhood and how it's affected me, because I literally am and have been overlooking all of these things. But just stay grateful. Even if you feel like you have nothing to be grateful for, trust me, you do. You do. But stop telling people your business, especially if you know they don't give a damn. And I'm telling you this because I gotta tell myself. Just stop. Don't even do it. Just save yourself the breath. Like, I'm so proud of myself because usually when I talk to this person, I be so heated. Oh, I'm gonna win the argument, baby. I'm gonna win it. I'm gonna win the fucking argument, and you're gonna hate me even more. But I don't want that anymore. I wish you love. I wish you peace. I wish you the absolute best. And my chariot is coming. Your chariot is coming, and they don't get to go along for a free ride when they can't even acknowledge that the chariot came for you in the fucking first place. Okay? So, the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups. Happy, abundant, excite, satisfied, enjoy, comfortable, healthy, favorable work, good finance, and a perfect marriage. I want to cry so bad. God, you know how much this is what I'm striving towards. Ladies, stars, stay shining. Stay started. I don't know about you, but I am a line, won't follow no guidelines. They want me blind or out of my mind. The way I grind, I do it on my own time. I may fall behind, 'cause I won't fall in line. I'll be all in my own lane, 'cause I'm all in my own lane. Ah, did another video! Shine, shine, shine. Fuck these haters, okay? I love y'all. I'm out. That way.